Hello, welcome to Retro Rottie. This is the third of our three-part mini-series on my personal favourite, Quake III Arena custom maps. So if you've missed the other two, you may want to watch those, although the order doesn't particularly matter. So I should just say momentarily before I load it up that my third choice of map is currently rated at the time of recording with 4.2 stars out of 5 on lvlworld.com, which is where I discovered these maps. It was apparently built and packaged on the 5th of June 2000, so it's over a quarter of a century old already, almost as old as the Quake 3 game itself. Dates back to the real, original Quake 3 era. It's written by created, designed, I should say, by Lloyd Morris. My third choice of map is called Ancient Archipelago, and we are loading it now. Here we are, Ancient Archipelago. As you can see, it's rather striking looking visually, rather different from my my other two choices. Very much like a medieval cathedral. Has these two main hallway buildings indoors, and has plenty of pickups, usually quite intelligently placed. We need to get up to the upper floors and up to the roofs, really, which is one of the key features of this level. Spring pads here, you can quickly hop up to different levels. Let's get out onto the roof, see the sky, shall we? Here we are, up out of the attic room. We see a sky, beautiful sort of mountain visuals in the distance. I really love this map. This is the one I played by far the most out of any Quake 3 Arena map in recent months. I almost always play this one. Now, as you can see, the key feature really of this map is that it has these 4 bell towers, 3 in a row attached to that building and 1 over here, and the 4 bell towers overlook 2 principal tight little courtyards, and a whole bunch of different sloping roof facets, all interconnected. So there are vantage points for sniping from above, but you're also quite vulnerable to being sniped from, across the map. If you are up in one of the bell towers, you can navigate between the 2 main sort of internal rooms via the narrow twisting corridors inside the buildings, but it's often fun to hop over the rooftops and scamper around and quickly whiz from one end of the level map to the other. I absolutely love this map. I'll show you the other courtyard if I get up there. Yeah, so some sort of amazing spire there. Definitely reminds me of sort of medieval cathedrals, that sort of thing. Extensive use of spring pads again in this map, but I don't think they're at all excessive. I think they've managed to use them just right where it makes sense to do so. Now, in this room is one of the most interesting features of this map. You have obviously the BFG, the most powerful gun in the game, is hidden in a very shallow pond of water here, and I'll show you what happens if you jump in to go and grab the BFG. So it drops down a temporary cage to trap you for a few seconds with the BFG, and rings a church bell to alert everybody on the map that someone has gone to grab the BFG, essentially. So that's a few seconds in which some people may make a desperate bid to try and sneak in behind you and kill you while you're in the cage and can't really move much. And where your vision is obscured by the cage, they may think, oh, that's their last ditch attempt to be able to finish you off before you come out of the cage with the BFG really blasting like crazy and terrorizing everybody. So I think that's a great feature, the fact that the most powerful weapon is inside a kind of trap mechanism. Sort of reminds me almost of an Indiana Jones movie scene, and I can't recall that I've seen that on any other maps. If you have, I'd love to know of any maps with similar ideas. So we're going back through the internal section now, the rooms, the corridors. If we get back out onto the rooftop, we should be able to do that via this teleport here. Yep, that teleports us into one of the bell towers, and you can imagine sniping away from up here, but of course anyone in any of the other towers or on any of those roofs, all different roofs, all different sloping facets, you could easily fail to spot someone who's counter sniping at you. So this is great fun. The regeneration is always over here, and I find on this map I really need the regeneration. I used to find this map scared me out of my wits when I first discovered it, but then when I discovered I could control the regeneration and very rarely let anyone else near it, keep patrolling this area, coming back to it every time the regeneration was about to respawn, make sure I timed my runs across the roofs or through the rooms to be back here, grab it again, and I'll just show you most of the action when I'm battling away on this map. Ancient Archipelago tends to occur around this courtyard and these rooftops, essentially when people hit the spring pad and they fly and land roughly here on this little bit of rooftop. I tend to find I can keep sheltering behind this corner, which is one of the very few places on the map that you're relatively safe from having fire constantly rained upon you when there's several opponents. Yes, I know there's this sort of roof area here where somebody could be there and could be shooting at you, but generally you're sheltered from most of the map if you duck down here. And I find you can sort of hide and sort of strafe and forward and reverse and, you know, watch for the people flying through the air over this courtyard, and then as they come to land you sort of pop out and frag them and watch another one flying and hide here and so on and so forth. I tend to get most success there, or else find a couple of the real bottleneck points where people get trapped in the corridors, such as the corridor that's through that door down below there, and the other one that's off of the other courtyard. But this little ledge I've jumped down onto is also a very interesting feature. I love this. So quite often opponents tend to linger on here and, you know, think they have a great advantage to shoot anyone entering or exiting the courtyard here. But I find it's great fun to, from above, you know, frag or kill whoever's hiding on that ledge. You can sort of run and jump and rocket them like that. You can, and they often have no idea. You can often get them with the shotgun. That's fun. You can creep up, look down, and if they're looking down or straight ahead, you can come at them from the side over this roof is good. You can just suddenly jump and bang right in the face, and often don't see you. You can jump and shoot them whilst in midair. I mean, they'll most often return fire, of course, but I find I can usually win by doing that. Yeah, another really good kill zone is here, this sort of corner. When it gets congested here, that's a massive kill zone, and so is this doorway. Just keep hiding like this and shooting anyone coming up to the doorway, usually being chased by a couple of other people, concentrating on fighting a couple of other battles at once in the courtyard, and you know, they forget that you may be lurking here in the corridor, like so. Yeah, I think that is a pretty good explanation of this beautiful level. And I have to say, I don't just find this one visually striking in the way that I did my other two picks. Although I do, this one's perhaps a bit more conventional in terms of the textures, the sort of medieval architecture, perhaps, although I can't recall I've ever seen it implemented quite so well as this. But I'd also say that of my picks, this one is probably most of the time the most fun, crazy action one to play. I find this one is incredibly fun, and if I had to pick just one favourite for the rest of my life, of all the ones that I know of at the moment, I'd have to probably pick this as my number one, Ancient Archipelago by Lloyd Morris. So if you'd like, I can take a moment to add a few simulated opponents or bots to the map, and I can briefly show you a little bit of the kind of combat action I was describing now that we've done a full tour of the level, the map rather. Yes, I can add some bots and show you a little bit of action, because this really is a super fun one. Okay, I'm adding quite a number of bots for this map, which may slow the frame rate down, but I tend to like this map with a fair few bots. I go through phases. Sometimes I think it's good to only have 3 or 4, and sometimes I think it's good to have an insane number like 12 or 13, although whilst simultaneously screen capturing, it slows the game down. You wouldn't be able to do 12 or 13 on this computer whilst screen capturing. You can just about get away with it while playing under normal circumstances with no capture. So yeah, let's see a little bit of gameplay action on Ancient Archipelago, currently my favourite Quake III Arena custom map. Let's go.
You are tied for the lead. Regeneration. You have lost the lead. For the lead. lost the lead. Excellent. You have taken the lead.
Frags left.